The subject is complex and difficult to explain. In your introduction, show you understand the question in no more than 4 sentences. Don't hesitate to email me if you have any questions. The course comprises 20 hours of lectures, seminars, and tutorials each week. The Arts Magazine is looking for a new assistant editor. If you forget your password, you need to contact the Student Center. The library is located at the other side of the campus behind the Student Center. Newspapers across the world reported stories of presidents. The timetable will be posted on the website before the class starts. Crops respond no more readily to anything than to careful husbandry and skillful cultivation. All the assignments should be submitted by the end of this week. The temporary library will be closed in the winter break. Basketball was created in 1891 by a physician and physical education instructor. Unfortunately, the two most interesting economics electives clash on my timetable. Please note, the proposal submission deadline has been extended. Marks will be awarded for a bibliography in the correct format. As student union members, we can influence changes at the university. She's doing a master's degree by distance learning. If you want to receive the reimbursement, you must submit the original receipts. I'm glad you got here safely. The trial experiment aims to increase interest in the issue and the jurisdiction clause. The books are filled with drawings of machines invented when he was a student. The recent study has thrown out the validity of the argument. Essays should be typed with double space in white paper. All necessary information is in the assignment. Adverts might use humor, drama, or catchy slogans to grab people's attention. The wheelchair lift has been upgraded this month. Conservation is essential for the survival of future generations. Many species have not yet been discovered by biologists. You realize that you can deal with a lot of situations. Being a vegan means not consuming any animal products. You can change your courses on the website during the registration period. Students can download the lecture handouts from the course website. Once more under the pressure of economic necessity, practice outstrip theory. The lecture tomorrow will discuss the educational policies in the United States. 39.5% California residents don't speak English at home. The campus car park will be closed next weekend. Understanding the historical context will help you appreciate the art in this era. Reserve collection of books can be borrowed for up to 3 hours. But they haven't come to widespread use yet. Applicants for the course preferably have a degree in English or journalism. Higher fees make students think more critically about what universities can offer. There is disagreement among researchers about why we dream. One of the first mass transit systems was located in France. Animal behavior appears to contain both similar and distinct aspects to that of humans. Key aspects of this investigative paradigm may prove useful in other spheres. Many health workers think that pensioners are too old to understand. In English, the first letters of the months of the year are always capitalized. We are not going to accept the assignment after the due date on Friday. I have lectures on Tuesday from 9 o'clock until 2 o'clock. Each group should submit a rough outline of their project to their tutor. It's a great privilege to welcome our guest speaker to our college. Scientists have found all parts of science. The professor plans to discuss issues in the news that reflect concepts taught in class. A preliminary bibliography is due the week before the spring break. There is a fitness center next to the student union. All the works you consult need to be mentioned in the bibliography. Speaking one or more foreign languages will be useful in your career. Tomorrow evening, there will be a panel discussion on sustainable development. The library is located on the north side of the campus. The first person in space was from the Soviet Union. All students and staff have access to printers and scanners. Fishing is a sport and a means for surviving. Those students have to retake the module if their marks are too low. The contemporary literature works have been broadened and extended through interpretation. The residence hall is closed prior to the closing time of the academic building at the end of the semester. Students should take advantage of the online help system before approaching their lecturers. Social work is not the only subject in sociology. I would like the assignment less than 2,000 words. The cafe will close soon, but you can use the snack machine, which is running overnight. A man who suffered serious brain damage during an operation is suing the hospital. Student loans are now available for international students. You are required to submit the assignment before Friday. We can discuss education in the tutorial next week. Don't forget to hand in your assignments by the end of next week. Newspapers around the country are reporting the stories of the president. There won't be any space for me in the car. Newspapers across the world are reporting stories of presidents. We didn't have any noticeable variance between the 2 or 3 tasks. The hypothesis on black hole is rendered moot as the explanation of the explosion. I don't like cheese and tomato sandwiches on white bread and orange juice. All students must return the books to the college library before the end of the term. The technician left the new microscope in the biology lab. Today's lecture is canceled because the lecturer is ill. Collaboration is a feature of a successful company. Meeting with mentors can be scheduled for students who require additional support. Only those who are over 18 years of age are eligible to open a bank account in our bank. I'm glad that you've got it. Animals grow larger and stronger to help them to hunt better. Numerous courses devoted to life sciences are listed in the prospectus. It's obviously vital that companies should fully understand their customers. Please make an appointment before attending the next meeting. Please make sure you have filled in all your details before submitting. You have to submit projects by the end of this week. Any textual references you make should be cited appropriately in the bibliography. The geography assignments must be submitted by the midday of Friday. Assignments should be submitted to the department office before the deadline. Experience would be an advantage for this managerial role. The first draft of the presentation is almost ready. The university celebrated the Earth Day by planting trees. I would like an egg and tomatoes on white sandwich bread with orange juice. I won't be able to attend the lecture because I have a doctor appointment. I didn't understand the author's point of view on immigration. Fungi are important in the process of decay, which returns ingredients to the soil, enhances soil fertility, and December. There is too much information on this topic. The framework will help pose more research questions systematically. The results of the study challenge previously held assumptions. Student discount cards can be used on campus in the coffee house. Students should take advantage of the internet before attending the lecture. I took everything to the copy center this morning before class. Acupuncture is a technique involved in traditional Chinese medicine. It is important to take gender into account when discussing the figures. In our city, students have access to 13 college libraries. Until you complete the form, you cannot attend. Everyone should get access to art galleries no matter where they live. Please explain what the author means by sustainability. A study skills seminar is on for the students who require assistance. Meteorology is a detailed study of Earth's atmosphere. It is clear that the effects of climate change will damage the world economy. Read the safety instructions before using the equipment during the workshop. Company exists for money, not for society. Major sports on campus include rugby, soccer, and tennis. Presentation skills are important to both universities and workplaces. The brain is our central computer of our bodies. We have 3 distinctive libraries which are nationally acclaimed. Parking permits can be collected through the Student Service Office. You can pay by cash or using a credit card. Please don't forget to check your email for the updates of the week. Tomorrow's lecture has been canceled due to the power cut. The university hosts a wide range of events both on and off campus. This will be the first art exhibition to be held by the university. For further information, you need to contact a member of our administration team. Young children need education and organized activities. I think that to raise the issue and to talk about it is great. The clear evidence between brain events and behavioral events is fascinating. A balanced diet will help you study more effectively. At the end of the day, people want to profit from return on their investment. The support and advice of lecturers within the department has been invaluable. The U.S. ranks 22nd in foreign aid, given it as a percentage of GDP. In our campus, prospective students had access to 13 college libraries. Due to rising enrollment for courses, universities should increase their staff too. The initial results are intriguing, but statistically speaking, they are insignificant. I expect a long and stagnant debate for a week or 2 on this issue. I didn't agree with the author's argument, but his presentation was good. Tuesday's sessions will last for approximately 2 hours. There is no point in designing efficient cars if we use them more and more. Today we have a guest speaker who is visiting from Canada. The assessment of this course will begin next week. Our capacity to serve the community is a vital part of our role. I believe children should read aloud more. Globalization has been an overwhelming urban and urbanization phenomenon. To get further extension, you need to call the education executive on 401. The author expressed an idea that modern readers inevitably cannot accept. The first few sentences of an essay should capture the reader's attention. The original Olympic Games were celebrated as religious festivals. The verdict depends on which side was more convincing to the jury. There will be a guest lecturer visiting the psychology department next month. Conferences are always scheduled on the 3rd Wednesday of the month. The United Kingdom is a constitutional monarchy and parliamentary democracy. Does the college refectory offer vegetarian dishes on a daily basis? To receive the reimbursement, you must keep the original receipts. One of the hardest things about starting university is finding your way around. Negative discourse continues to be predominant in discussion of gender. Students can get access to computers on a daily basis. I missed yesterday's lecture. Can I borrow your notes? We are required to submit the assignment before Friday. If you want to quit the student union, tell the registrar. The United States is the largest chocolate manufacturing country. A renowned economist is selected to have a speech tonight at 8. I could not save my work as my computer got crashed. Most of the assignments should be submitted on the same day. Distance learning has become far more popular these days. There's an hourly bus service from the campus into town. To understand its entity, we need to go back to its origin. Being a student representative on the union really cuts into my study time. She is an expert of the 18th century French literature. You can only choose one subject from biology and media. There are a range of housing options near the university. It is good for the environment, also good for your electricity bill. All students are encouraged to vote in the forthcoming elections. The pharmacy was closed when I went past this morning. A periodical is a publication that is issued regularly. Please register your student email account at your earliest convenience. Ideally, free trade is beneficial to both trading partners. Doing this research makes me think of the purpose of science. Physics is a detailed study of matter and energy. The hypothesis needs to be tested in a more rigorous way. The Student Service Center is located on the main campus behind the library. No more than 4 people can be in the lab at once. Today, we will be discussing the role of government in preventing injustice. You can retake the module if your marks are too low. Your watch is fast, you need to reset it. All applications of internship are available in the office. Please do not bring food into the classroom. I will be in my office every day from 10 to 12. Just wait a minute, I'll be with you shortly. Nearly half of television outputs are given away for educational programs. The geographic assignment should be submitted by the midday of Friday. Elephant is the largest land living mammal. She has been in the library for a long time. New York City is famous for its ethnic diversity. The program depends entirely on private funding. You must go to the reception to pick up your student card. The office said Dr. Smith will arrive later today. Children can share their lunch at around noon. The student welfare officer can help with questions about exam techniques. All undergraduate students should participate in the seminar. Most printers in the library are out of ink. Make sure you correctly cite all your sources. There is no entrance fee for tonight's lecture. This part of the story is the story of my father. The seminar on writing skills has been canceled. All sources of materials must be included in your bibliography. More females than males graduated from universities last year. Expertise in particular areas distinguishes you from other graduates in a job interview. I would like tomato and cheese sandwiches on white bread and orange juice. Our School of Arts and Technology accepts applications at all points throughout the year. The mismatch between the intended and reported uses of the instrument has become clear. We are delighted to have Professor Robert to join our faculty. All filed assignments should have a full list of bibliography. Students are competing for every place in the computer courses. Unlike applied arts, fine arts do not serve a practical function. The School of Arts and Design has an open day on Thursday next week. Please pass the handouts along to the rest of the people in your row. Organic food is grown without applying chemicals, and the process is without artificial additives. Biographical information should be removed prior to the publication of the results. I've got a tutorial in an hour, and I haven't had any time to prepare for it. Students will not be given credits for assignments submitted after the due date. The problem with this is that it fails to answer the basic question. Portfolio is due to the Internal Review Office no later than Tuesday. A demonstrated ability to write clear, correct, and concise English is obligatory. By clicking this button, you agree with the terms and conditions of this website. The bookstore is located on the main campus behind the library. I will now demonstrate how the reaction can be arrested by adding a dilute acid. The visiting professor is going to give a lecture on geology. All essays and seminar papers submitted must be emailed to your tutor. In my free time, I would like to read current affairs and newspapers. International students can get help with locating housing near the university. Leading scientists speculate that numerous planets could support life forms. The medical center is located near the supermarket on North Street. Our university has strong partnerships with industry as well as collaborative relationships with government bodies. We want to attract the very best students regardless of their financial circumstances. The Generic Biology Technology Lab is located at the north wing of the library. Eating a healthy breakfast can provide energy throughout the day. The study of archaeology requires intensive international fieldwork. The theoretical proposal was challenging to grasp. We need to read the first 5 chapters to prepare for next week's tutorial. The politics combine both the legislative and the political authorities. Residence Hall is closed prior to the academic building closing time in the semester. In consultation with your supervisor, your thesis is approved by the faculty committee. Please finish all the reading chapters before the field trip. The psychology department is looking for volunteers to be involved in research projects. In 1830, periodicals appeared in large numbers in America. The United States has developed a coffee culture in recent years. He kept giving me suggestive looks. It's time to finalize the work before the Wednesday seminar. In 1880, cycling became a major phenomenon in Europe. The deadline of assignments is the 4th of February. Companies are aiming to earn the money, not to change the society. We will study the following 2 pictures in the next lecture. Students are afraid of writing an essay because they have learned nothing about it. It is argued that students can learn more in collaborative rather than individual study. Knives and forks should be placed next to the spoon on the edge of the table. Please sort and order the slides of the presentation according to topic and speech time. If she doesn't speak the language, she's not going to sit around and wait for a translator. The English expression is just a way of saying that age is not important. Mobile phone chargers vary enormously from one place to another. If you forgot your student number, you should contact Jenny Bryce. Our class is divided into 2 groups. You come with me, the others stay here. Students can choose graduate certificate, graduate diploma, and master course. There are many welcoming activities for new undergraduate and postgraduate students. Several students raised different examples. Our capacity to respond to national needs will determine our ability to flourish. What distinguishes him from others is his dramatic use of black and white photography. I am glad that Professor Gordon just joined our faculty. You could borrow up to 2 books at the same time in the library. Hypothetically, insufficient mastery in the areas slows future progress. The current statistical evidence indicates the need of further research. In the 1830s, periodicals appeared in large numbers in America. The cafe house is closed down and the snack machine is still running. The cafeteria closes soon, but the snack machine is accessible throughout the night. The gap between the rich and the poor did not decrease rapidly as expected. Anatomy is the study of internal and external body structures. Telecommunication is based on the array of networks. Meeting with tutors could be arranged for students who need additional help. The context includes both the land history and the human history. During the next few centuries, London became one of the most powerful and prosperous cities in Europe. Number the beakers and put them away. It is within the framework that we're making our survey. People with an active lifestyle are less likely to die early or to have a major illness. Rules about breaks and lunchtime vary from one company to another. A computer virus has destroyed all my files. You should raise your concern with the head of school. Anyone who has a problem with their accommodation should speak to the welfare officer. We are constantly looking for ways to bring industry and agriculture closer together. She doesn't even care about anything but what is honest and true. To answer such a complex question with a simple yes or no is absolutely impossible. The minimum mark for distinction grade is no less than 75%. The tutor is there for help, so do ask if you don't understand anything. You can pay using cash or a credit card. This small Indian state is a land of forests, valleys, and snowy islands. Sport is the main cause of traumatic brain injuries in the United States. Is the hypothesis on black hole rendered moot as the explanation of astrophysics? The real reason for global hunger is not the lack of food, but poverty. Students may not use calculators in the final exams. Keeping organized class notes will make study time more efficient. In Russia, my colleague said my written language was hard to understand. The original Olympic game is one kind of original festival. 39.5% California residents speak a language other than English at home. The website is designed to be highly interactive. The website has probably the most attractive designs and layouts. Contemporary critics dismissed his idea as eccentric. Soil erosion can be caused by increasing rainfall and changes in plant growth. The university policy on plagiarism can be viewed on the website. Please make an appointment with your tutor about work. This Thursday is the last day for students to withdraw subjects without any penalty. Arteries carry oxygenated blood from the heart to other parts of the body. The information you need for this meeting is on the website. He told me it was the most important assignment of all. We have specially assigned staff to help you find appropriate work placements. Renewable energy sources are now used to produce electricity. Living in the 21st century is increasingly stressful. Please make sure you use the standard form of quotation. Please read the article that was given out yesterday. Compiling a bibliography can present a major challenge for some students. By logging in, you agree to all terms and conditions regarding your enrollment. We weren't able to agree on the appropriate independent variables. The chemistry building is located near the entrance of the campus. The agricultural sector in that country has been heavily subsidized. In the last few weeks, we've been looking at various aspects of the social history of London. The glass is not a true solid because it doesn't have crystal structure. I'll start with a brief history of the district and then focus on life in the first half of the 20th century. The office opens on Monday and Thursday, following the freshman seminar. Many undergraduate students go back home to stay with their parents after graduation. Before submitting the paper, your thesis must be approved by your tutor. Allergy problems do run in the family, but we don't understand why. The media have had a great influence on people's beliefs and attitudes. Higher numbers of patients were infected than during previous outbreaks of the illness. Such behaviors are regarded as a deviation of the norm. His particular interest is in the 18th century French society. None of the students found it difficult to get a job. It is expected that all students have their own laptops. At that time, people moved from towns to villages. The topic next week on colonialism will be the nuclear disarmament. The literal output of this research is prolific and diverse. Experts cannot agree on a single definition of intelligence. The origin of psychology can be traced back to ancient Greece. The graph shows the population growth in the last century. If you show your student card, you will get a discount. After considering all the options, she decided to take risks. Remember, your essay should have less than 2,000 words. Farmers do not always receive fair prices for agricultural goods. The campus library will be closed during the winter break. The bus for London will leave 10 minutes later than planned. Eating too much will do harm to your health. There's a lot more about this topic on the university website. Try to get through it as soon as possible. We often ask our students to get access to all sorts of services. This program is running in partnership with a number of departments. Your abstract should contain the empirical evidence of your research. I haven't done a lot of work in this area. The students are supposed to assemble in the seminar hall before the announcement. You are not sure that you can skip the sessions for Wednesday. Car park permits can be obtained at the Student Service Center. We will change the classroom because this one is too small. Students from different backgrounds can achieve a variety of qualifications. The full list of undergraduate and postgraduate programs can be found on the website. If little action is taken, we could experience energy shortages. Then we go for ones where we know there are guided tours because this gives good focus for the visit. Early next year, there's a major auction of his work. Every car maker in Europe has sort of been on the blocks because of their dependence on diesel. When we look at the effects of corporate crime, we may find it's very difficult to assess the costs. Control systems in manufacturing require a high level of accuracy. Higher education means higher pay you will get. If finance is a cause of concern, scholarships may be available. Scientists are always asking the government for more money. Students are allowed to bring dictionaries to the exam.